Hey everyone, this is Anirban, your host, and today I have Aadi Fernandes, and you are watching the Growth Flywheel podcast. Aadi Fernandes is mostly into LinkedIn and community building, and he has worked with one of the biggest creator of LinkedIn, Luke Matthews. And today I have got Aadi Fernandes, and we will discuss about how you can also become a creator and make money with your personal brand. So Adi, welcome to the
Yes.
podcast.
Thank you for having me, Anirban. It's a pleasure to be here, definitely. Yes.
Awesome. So Adi, you are an electrical engineer. People says that engineers do everything apart from what they have done or what they have studied. So what led you to LinkedIn?
Oh, wow, that's amazing. So yeah, basically I'm actually an electronics engineer, like not that it matters either way. But I like in the third year of my engineering, I just decided that okay, I did not really enjoy the internships that I did in electronics. So I decided to shift to the IT sector. And then COVID happened. And as soon as COVID happened, I completely lost it and I was extremely scared that I won't get any placements through college campus placements because obviously the situation was dire and people were being laid off left and right. So I was like, okay, what do I do? And I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just start posting on LinkedIn. Let's see if I get any internship opportunities through that. And then I went ahead to write my first post and I'm like, wait, what the hell do I talk about? I don't know anything about my domain. I don't know anything about CS either because I just transitioned into it. So I was just like, okay, what do I do? And then I decided to just start talking about mental health, positivity, motivation because like my mom's a therapist and it's something that I used to talk about anyway in general in my life. So I started posting about it. I remember the date. It's 23rd Jan 2020 was the first time I started posting consistently. And that's how my LinkedIn journey started. And in September of that same year, 2020, I got the job placement offer through campus in an IT sector company. And by that time, I was enjoying LinkedIn way too much. Like I'd made a lot of friends there. I had met a lot of cool people. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just continue posting. There's no harm in, just, I wouldn't even call it building a brand because I just was like showing up, making friends and doing nothing. Then in April of 2021 when Luke approached me. And before that, like we had interacted quite a few times because I genuinely loved his content. Like there was nothing that I had to particularly do to convince him to speak to him or anything. I just loved his content. I used to respond to his messages. We also were on a Discord chat together. Like 2020 was a wild year. We all, had a Discord group with many LinkedIn creators, many people, and we were just having a fun time playing games and stuff like that. So that's when Luke approached me in April 2021, and he was like, would you like to work with me? Because he had been stalking me for the past few months, and he was like, okay, you know what? I really like the way you are as a person and just the way you interact with the audience. So would you like to just give this a try? And I'm like, you know what? Sure, there's no harm in that. And that's how my LinkedIn journey started, working with him as an apprentice. And
Right.
he taught me everything from scratch. So
So right now you are working mostly as a community manager, and you are helping people with the building their personal brand and overall getting leads from LinkedIn. Do you really enjoy the process?
I genuinely do actually. I gamify it for myself in the head. So that's the reason why I am able to genuinely stay sane because no normal person should stay sane after writing around 300 to 400 comments on LinkedIn every single day or more than that. I'm not even sure. I don't keep a count of it. But I gamify the process for myself because again, like I have multiple clients. I have to take on multiple personalities every single day I'm logging in. So for me, switching the context, making sure that I mimic their exact tone is something that I personally enjoy doing. It's something that people might not enjoy, but for me, it's a fun game to try to pretend to be seven different people every single day.
Right, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's just a different thing. Like it's something that I never thought that I would be good at, but it just turns out that the experience that I had with Luke, or like over 2 years of working, like completely, if I go to it, then it's like 4 years of working with him. But 2 years of working under his wing and completely with him was a lot. I learned a lot of lessons about social media in general, and then I got really, really good at mimicking people because I also used to take advice from him regarding it. I also take a lot of feedback from my clients as well to make sure that I sound exactly like them. So yeah, it's generally something that I enjoy doing. So sorry, long answer short.
Right, no problem. So right now you have almost 10,000 followers, 200
Hmm.
less. So
Oof.
how did you find your first core audience?
The first core audience. So I think that would be it. Like my first core audience was always people who followed me for who I was. Like I said, I used to post about mental health positivity. It was things that I always believed in. It was things that I still try to apply in my day-to-day life. So my core audience has always been people who genuinely like to interact with me, who liked being around me just because of the person I was. I would say, not that I'm tooting my own horn, but it's just that, okay, you know what, there are people with whom you just match in terms of your energy, and you just, you know what, I enjoy this person, these people might not like him. Like I enjoy working with a lot of creators who people might not like, uh, directly or indirectly because of some or another reason. Again, like Luke is probably one of the best examples that we have of that. He is somebody whom a lot of people love, and there are people who do not like him. But then that's the thing, right? Our energies matched almost instantaneously. And that's exactly what happened with my core audience as well. It was just, being relatable. It was being somebody whom I was. Like, I never had to pretend because I never had anything to sell for the first year, or I would say rather for the first 3 years, because I was already working with Luke. I did not have to sell as per se. So it was just me literally vibing with people at that point. So that I think made the process a lot easier for me to really find the right people, because I did not have to search for a particular target audience at any point in time, at least at the beginning.
Right. So have you used any other platform apart from LinkedIn?
Actually, we started off with Instagram. Luke and I, when we were working together, we started off with Instagram. We did move to Twitter after that, and that's where I also grew a little. And then I just got bored of the platform eventually. I would not say bored exactly, but my priorities really changed. Like, I had to start making more money from LinkedIn, so I was like, you know what? I do not have time to mess around on Twitter. But the Twitter era was fun too. And then after that, like we pivoted purely to LinkedIn. So now LinkedIn is the only platform. And recently I've been trying Substack, which, well, I still have to figure out. But yeah.
Right. So what were the main factors which actually boosted the growth for you?
Hmm. I think the main thing that worked for me, and something that I also try to replicate for my clients in general, and also what I advise in my calls, is relationship building. I feel when you really connect with the person, I wouldn't really say on a deeper level that this is something that 2022 Adi would say on a deeper level. But again, we know that it's not possible to build a deep connection with everybody on social media. But all you need to do is just be a nice person, because the world really needs those people. It's a wild world out there. People, everybody's fending off for themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. But then in that case, you being a good person can make a huge difference. And I think that relationship building is what worked the best for me. And it's the reason why, even despite so many different breaks for so many different durations that I've taken, I always got back to my core audience. I always got back to my audience. Like, there are people who have dropped off from LinkedIn, whom I was friends with back in 2020, 2021. I'm still in touch with them. For no, there is no upside for me. It's just I love them as people, and I just genuinely want them to be okay, be in their lives directly or indirectly. And I think that is what was really helpful for me. For my clients, again, it is relationship building, but I would say it is a little more towards the surface level, like just checking in on them. If they have made a major announcement in the recent past, and I noticed it in the comments, or they've mentioned something about, let's say, their goals, or something that they were about to get done in the next few weeks, or something as a simple follow-up. What happened with that? You don't need to take too much efforts. You don't need to show, oh wait, you know what, I read this post about this is what. You don't need to just blow it out of proportion. Just a simple message showing that you are watching, that you care, and that you just are attentive. Because again, everybody is using AI comments at this point in time. So that human touch of just being a little attentive can make a huge difference. And I think that's what works for my clients as well. Adding that human touch, adding a little humor, because again, like, LinkedIn is way too serious sometimes. Adding just a bit of humor to show that sense of relatability, because I think humor is a very good way to build a connection with the person. And I feel the combination of all of those factors is what has really helped me grow and my clients grow as well.
Awesome, awesome.
Mm.
So you have been writing for your personal brand and for your client's personal brand as well. So how do you decide what content to double down on?
Oh, actually, I do not write content for my clients. My clients go ahead and write the content themselves. I'm only working on the community management side of it. Though I have written content in the past while I was working with Luke, not for him, obviously. He's too good. But yeah, I did work for some of the clients, and like, but the primary focus that I have is community management. So for me, that question would probably not be exactly valid, I would say, because again, like, I haven't created enough content to be able to get to that. But my main focus is community management. So logging into the accounts, pretending to be them, which is somewhat of a thrill, I would say, without having to get like nobody. I've never been like vocal about the clients that I'm working with while I am working with them. Because again, that beats the entire point of handling their accounts. But again, like, that is something that I genuinely enjoy doing. It's something that, uh, again, like, it's a bit tough, because again, to get used to everybody's voice. So for that, I kind of make sure that, like, in case like I had to just transcribe your question into what I'm doing right now, it would be I maintain Notion documents for every single client, stating their tone, giving an idea of what kind of words they use. Before I even log into their accounts, I will go through their comments in the past and just make I would say, a file of the kind of, words that they're using, the tone they're using, the punctuations they're using, every single thing, every single small detail, so that I can actually replicate them. And that's what I tell my clients. Like, the entire point of us working together is that I will log into your account, I will engage, I will do all the work. And whenever we decide to part ways and you take over the account, nobody will get to know anything about a transition period, because that's how good I try to be when it comes to my services.
Right. That's cool. So I recently saw that you have started building on Substack as well. So
Yes.
what led you to Substack?
Honestly, LinkedIn was way too calculated for me. Every single time I'm writing content, at the end of the day, I try to be as authentic as possible. But again, you have a word limit. You need to optimize for LinkedIn. And in that, I will have to cut off quite a few details that I'd like to genuinely add to the post. So for me, genuinely, Substack is just a place to get every single thought out that I couldn't really talk about on LinkedIn. So it genuinely is. I wouldn't say a dump exactly, but it is somewhere where I am a lot more expressive, because I have more number of words that I can put into there. And at the same time, I also wanted to document my journey of how I am growing my own business, because again, there was a point in time where I used to say, I do not want to scale, I'm happy with where I am. And then I decided to start scaling, and suddenly I have 40 bits now, and I have another two coming in. So for me, it was like, okay, I want to talk more about the transition period, and also how I am, like, finance is another topic that I genuinely love writing about, and I used to love talking about as well. But again, like I said, it doesn't fit into my personal brand. I just can't start randomly talking about that. So again, Substack is a place for me to do that as well, to talk about my personal finance journey, because, well,
Right. So Substack is more of a BTS and raw unfiltered version of Aadi Fernandes.
yes, I would say that. Yeah, I wish I could be a little more raw on LinkedIn. I do my best, but then again, I am limited by the amount of words I can put in a post so that it performs well.
Right. So, like for me, when it comes to me, I don't serve clients. I mean, I am
Mhm,
not into services business. I'm in
mhm,
media business, podcasting,
mhm,
newsletter, and all. So for me, it's actually pretty good. Like I have made the transition because
mhm.
I wasn't enjoying the thing I was doing because like I was
Right.
reaching out to people, I was chasing leads, I was like hopping calls and there are no show ups. So I
Mhm,
was pretty tired of this. Like I have been working with them, they are making money. I am making just maybe 1 or 2% of the entire thing. Again, that the chasing, like you don't know when you are walking, they are blaming you for the bad things and taking credit for the good things and not. So I thought like it's not something what I want to do for my rest of my life. I really want to do something that I enjoy and where I own my audience. So I have started building my newsletter business since 2023. It's pretty good actually. I have been enjoying. Like I don't care about when I'm logging, when I'm closing my laptop. It's actually pretty good thing. So I enjoy this process. You
That's
know.
the
So
dream. That's the dream. That's what I want to reach in 2026. That's the reason why I have my team, right? The reason is not that I care about the money making part of it. I just want to live the freelancer life that I was hoping that I would get. The problem with the service that I provide is that I have to particularly log in at a certain time every single day for every single client because that's when they're posting. I do not have any kind of flexibility when it comes to that. At least, when it comes to somebody who's a ghostwriter, they do have the flexibility of writing the posts in advance and getting it scheduled and taking time off. I cannot do that. I am working every single day throughout the holidays as well. I do not have a holiday on the 25th. I do not have a holiday on the 1st. I don't remember the last time I've taken holiday. I think it was just like I think 5 months or 6 months ago, where I went to celebrate. I went for a wedding of my close friends. So that's the only time I've taken a break. And then apart from that, I think I would have taken like probably 10 days off in the past 4 years that I'm working. So it is insane. I hate that part of it. But then again, like, you win some, you lose some. This is something that I genuinely
yeah.
like to do, and I have to find ways to get myself out of the process. So I'm just glad that you are able to do that, and you actually took the steps to do that. Like, I don't think at this stage of my life I would be able to pivot really easily unless I'm packed into the corner by AI. Like, okay, you know what? We can write better comments than you, and we can do it in their tone. You are out, and then that's when I'll be like, okay, you know what? Let me just find something else. I won't be able to do this for a long time.
Right, exactly. So the most important point of being a creatorpreneur is like you do everything on your own. Like you make content, you make offers, you do
Hmm.
everything, and people just come buy and you enjoy. Again, like when it's come to a service-based business, what happens like mostly you have to stay connected with your team members or the clients because there will be something wrong at a certain
Yeah,
point and you have to fix it. You have
always.
to be the one who will be the bridge between your client and your team member. So I run an agency where I don't have any clients right now because I have done some basic homeworks and I am been changing a lot of things. From 26 we are starting again. It's a YouTube marketing
That's
agency.
cool.
So what happens like when I mean it was a video marketing agency but it was broad, that's why I'm niching down to YouTube.
Hmm.
But what
Makes
happens like
sense.
you have to stick with the people who are working with you. Sometimes the people are not working up to the mark. You have
Hmm.
to tell them the hey, it's wrong, it's right, the client is chasing you, where is my video, where is my script. So I was really very tired of this. So I thought like I don't really enjoy doing this. So I just want to build 1% media business where I'm
Hmm.
just doing this kind of podcast, inviting amazing people like you, invite interviewing them, then publish them on YouTube, then write the newsletters, and I'm
Hmm.
done. I mean that is what I want to do, and my future goal is like be a full-time traveler. So for me, it's something like I just don't want to
Let's
waste
go.
my time doing things that I don't like, and
Yes.
it will be like forever I'll be doing the same shit, and it will be like a loop.
Yeah, yeah, it's genuinely a loop, and I think that is something that I was recently writing about as well. That scaling is genuinely an infinite game. Like there will always be something new. Like, okay, you scale to a certain extent, and then you'll be like, oh, you know what? Another client. Oh, I want to work with this person. Let me onboard them as well. Now I need another team member. Oh, wait, you know what? Let me just change my services and let me include this. Like, it's like it'll never end at that point in time. Like, you will never be satisfied with where you are, or you'll never be satisfied with how many clients you have or anything. You'll just be like, okay, you know what, let me scale, 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 scale. So yeah, it is a tiring game, and I have decided like I am definitely not going for it. I know I'm going to stop at six. Six team members is the maximum that I can handle while staying sane in the process. And again, like none, all of them are like doing part time, so it's not that. Again, that was another factor that I did not want to have a full-time person who's dependent on me for their income. For me, it's just like, okay, these are all people who already have jobs or in college, and they just want to earn some extra income. It's a win for them. It's a win for me. They're working for a couple of hours. Good for both of us.
Right. So I see a lot of time people mostly on Twitter. I mean, we need to
Mhm.
tell X right now.
I like Twitter better. I don't say X. It's just weird.
So they are actually flexing that I just want to buy a Lambo. I want to have a big house, big things, big ambitions. It's actually a matrix. That
Hmm.
is what I hate the most. That people are always trying to achieve the big things, more money, more things, big house, big cars. But at the end of the day, they don't even realize that the happiness and peace of mind is something you can't buy. So they are always chasing something. I
Hmm.
really don't like the chase. Like after a
Yeah.
certain time, you will be burnt out such a way that you will not be able to recover from that.
That's true. Yeah, I do not even want to reach the stage where I'm slightly burnt out because for me, work-life balance is something that I have always tried for. Like I did not do it for 2 years while I was working with Luke and simultaneously doing a full-time job. But that was my way to reach a stage where I'll be able to get work-life balance because I knew for a fact that I won't be able to survive in the IT sector for long. So I needed to make sure that I have an exit plan, and thankfully Luke swooped in at the exact right time, and the rest is history, kind of thing. But yeah, definitely, I feel you know, like I just want to have a life where I don't have to worry about finances as much, and I think you do not need a huge amount for that. You can make do with a much smaller amount than what people assume it would be, and then again just stay invested in the market, use like have financially wise decisions, and you're good to go. I do not need a yacht. I am fine with the second-hand car that I am driving. I was more than happy to get one for the family. That's it. Like I do not care about the riches. I do not care about a big house and stuff like that. I just want to have the luxuries that I really work towards, and at the same time, have enough money to travel, just to live a comfortable life, not a mind-blowing, luxurious one with Lambos. No. Nah. I mean, anyway, you wouldn't be able to drive a Lambo on the Indian street without like having a panic attack every 3 seconds, dude. I am driving my second-hand car and I'm like, oh no, this guy is gonna hit me. What will I do? And it's like crazy.
Right. So, Adi, as a creator, what was your first income stream?
It was working with Luke. Like that's as simple as that. Like he literally introduced me to the platform. He trained me. Like, can you imagine? He actually invested in training me, helped me set up my business, and that was the first income that I ever got, which was in like May 2021, when I had my first month with him. So yeah, it was like I think that was like the biggest thing for me because I never even expected to get into this. Like it was just out of the blue. I never expected it, never thought about it. So it was like a really great thing for me to really have the opportunity in general. So yeah,
Hmm.
that was the
So
first.
right now, the main revenue stream for you is working with clients, or do you have any other revenue stream?
Nope, only working with clients. I am actually working on a second one right now, which is crazy. But yeah, I'm actually planning to launch a course of mine. So it is going to teach exactly what I am doing, which is community management. Because again, there are actually two reasons for that. One thing is I needed an internal resource for my own team to train them when I onboard somebody new. Because I realized that every single time I'm onboarding somebody new, I have to get on a call with them. I have to sit and teach them every single thing from scratch about LinkedIn and community management. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just record this into a Loom and I'll just send it to them. And then I realized, you know what? Why do I record a Loom when I can just, create an entire resource book out of this and monetize it as well? Use it as an internal resource, monetize it. It is helpful for people who want to work with me, but I do not have enough slots sometimes. So, I can just give the resource to them. They can give it to their VA. The VA knows exactly what to do from scratch because that's exactly how I changed, train my team as well. There's nothing different and there's nothing that I'm going to hold back. No secrets that I'm going to keep. Because again, at the end of the day, I know for a fact that my service is something that is just putting in the hours. People can replicate it, but again, like it's just that they do not understand how to do it, and that's what I want to teach them. So it's a win for them. It's a win for me because I can internally train people, and on top of that, I might also find people from that course to hire, which is always great. Or I can just be like, okay, this person is doing really well. I have somebody in my inbound leads which I cannot take on. Go ahead. You have your client through me through this course because you have done the course. I have done it well and I trust my methods. And since I already see that you can apply it, you can just go ahead and take that client. I'm cool with it.
Right. So do you also do brand deals?
Not yet. I have not considered. I did get a couple of them, but they did not really fit with my branding, so I just said no. But yeah, I mean, like, I am not opposed to it, but it needs to be something that is genuinely, like something that I already use or I am willing to use. I genuinely need to use it, or it just should fit with my branding. Otherwise, I wouldn't do a brand deal just out of the blue. At least now, I don't think it's authentic, because again, like, I think these are the moral things that I have, and it's something that I've really learned from Luke, is that, again, like, I think he was one of the first people who started using the sponsored post thing. I don't know, they had this some feature which they particularly stated, okay, this is a sponsored post, and it got lesser reach in general, but he always did it morally. That's the footstep that I'm going to follow as well. Even if it's off brand, I will make sure that I clearly mention that it's something that's an ad and not just integrated into my content kind of thing. Because again, like, I don't know, it's just something that I have learned from him, and these are, I think, the things that I really want to carry forward when it comes to carrying the torch kind of thing. It's just something that I genuinely believe in. But yeah, I mean, like, not opposed to a brand deal. Again, it should really resonate with me. I hate to use the word resonate now. AI has ruined it for me, but yeah, it's fine.
Awesome. So what does your weekly content system look like?
My content system basically was like, I log in, I panic that I have to post today, I write a post, and that's it. Like, I did not have a content system. I never did. Now, recently, like this month especially, since I started building on Substack, since I've started building on LinkedIn, like doubling down on LinkedIn and building up for micro course as well, I was like, you know what, I need to take this seriously. On, I think, November last week, I just sat and I wrote posts up to the mid of Jan, because again, like, I only post twice a week, so that's an advantage that I have. I can schedule it way in advance, and it works out for me. Like, twice a week is more than enough. I just spend more time in the DMs. I'm trying now, but apart from that, like, my content system is really very straightforward. Like, I do not really need any prompts, I do not need anything. It's just based off of, because again, I am consuming so much content every single day. I am writing comments, I am reading posts, I know what is happening. And I look at a post and I'm like, oh, you know what? This is a good post idea for me. Even though it has nothing related to the post, but like people say, I get inspired by the content kind of thing. For me, I am scrolling so much that it is impossible for me not to find ideas. Like, I just look at a comment and be like, oh, you know what? I can write something about this. And I just make that into a post. So content idea has never been an issue for me. It's just that, finding the time to write it over the weekend. Like, that's what I want to do now always. Batch create content over some weekend, sit for 5 to 6 hours and just roll it all out. Because,
Hmm.
and whenever I think of an idea, like, my ideas come to me randomly. I'm sure it comes to you as well. Walking on the street, oh wait, this could be a content idea. Just, like, or you're having a conversation with a friend and you're like, oh, you know what, this could be a content idea. I never write it in front of them because it looks extremely pretentious, and I don't think people would appreciate it, but I just remember it, and then whenever I get some free time, I'm like, oh, wait, this is a good content piece kind of thing. Yeah,
Right.
something that just happens,
Hmm. It mostly comes when you are not doing something similar, like extremely opposite, like you're walking, you are taking shower, then you will
Yeah.
get an idea and you don't
I
even know
think,
how to note it down.
yeah, exactly. I think the thing is that when you're mindless and you're not really trying to focus and think about that, that's when the good ideas really pour in, which is kind of unfortunate if you're having a shower, because then you're like, shit. Like, like, I'll be having a shower, I'll take up a content idea, I'm like, okay, I remember this, and then I start singing some song, and then I'm out, I drive myself, I'm like, wait, what the hell was I thinking? Shit, I
Yeah.
forgot about it. But yeah, I mean, like,
So what are the tools
happens.
you use for yourself and your client?
Notion, Slack, um, and yeah, and AI carousels. That's shout out to my guy Fernando. He is a really really good like creator, and like he has developed this platform called AI Carousel. So that's something that I use very often. Recently, I won the giveaway for Clio membership. So from Lara's YouTube videos. So I have started using, like, I'm going to start using. I still haven't loaded anything, but I will definitely be using that. So Yeah,
Mm.
apart from that, I actually like that's literally it. I just use AI carousels, and since that already has a post formatter, that works out for me. And then it would be Notion for all the details that I'm storing, and Slack for communication. I really do not have a tech stack. I think I should. I look at all the creators posting their tech stack, and I'm like, I don't have anything. But honestly, like for the service that I provide, I really do not need much to go on. This is like more than enough for me. But yeah, I mean, like I might have to like revisit that probably in 2026. But so far, this is pretty much it. What about you? I'm very curious what yeah, what your tech stack looks like, because I think it would be a lot more interesting than mine.
Not really. I am someone who believes in simplicity. So
Hmm.
I use Beehive for newsletter,
Yeah.
Substack for content distribution, and also I use Notion. There is another tool called Bright Studio.
Hmm.
Mostly it helps me to capture ideas and write the post. I mean, see the post before I publish it on the web.
Okay. Hmm.
And again, like I also use Toggle is
Okay.
something where which I use to track my time, how many hours
Hmm.
I'm giving to this project, or how many hours I'm
Hmm.
giving to writing my newsletters. Like let's say I publish 3 newsletters every week, so every I have uh, scheduled 40 75 minutes for each edition. But again, sometimes it's less, sometimes more, depending on the I mean research part and all. So for distribution also it matters. Like every day I will provide 1 hour for the newsletter,
Hmm.
for 1 hour for LinkedIn.
Hmm.
So I use
No,
Toggle
good.
a lot.
Yeah, I use this for that. I have, I literally have this on my desk because I need to keep track of my time.
That's amazing. I used to have one, but right now it's like too old to use. I mean, it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I
And
prefer this because if I just switch another tab on, I'll get distracted and I start watching something.
right, that's cool. Yeah. And the last one I use Fathom for note taker. It's the
Oh,
best note
yeah,
taker.
Fathom. Yeah, I do use that, but I do not really access the meetings as much because uh, I hardly have meetings. Like
Oh yeah.
most of my communication is async. Like there are clients with whom I have not had meeting for like over a year, and we're still working together because we are communicating on Slack. Like we don't need it, so that's a little convenient. I think that's one place where I save a lot of time compared to all other service providers, is that I do not really need to get on many meetings. While, like when it comes to ghostwriters or stuff like that, like you need feedback rounds, you need meetings, you need a lot of things to write content and stuff like that. But this is just simple. Like as long as the client trusts you, the client, the client, you're doing your work well, there is no need for a meeting unless there's something that they are pivoting in their own business. That's the only time where I'm getting on a meeting, because okay, I need to understand going on behind the scenes, what they're changing and stuff.
So yeah. So have you automated any system in your business?
No, because again, like it's too risky in my case, and I do not see any applications for it anytime soon either. Because my entire narrative and my entire service is based on the fact that I am not using any automation tool. I am not using AI for my business, and that's exactly what the founders who are working with me want. They need to make sure that because they have like huge personal brands already, or they have huge credibility in the industry, and they do not want to lose that over some kind of AI comment or anything that goes wrong. And then again, like automating anything would also risk getting their account banned. So like there is zero automation on my side of things so far. But I mean, I'm open to ideas when it comes to that. But so far, I haven't really seen anything that would improve my processes, because I'm spending 95% of it on LinkedIn, and that's just like something that I can't touch anyway. Yeah, I need to figure out if there's something that I can save time. Probably invoicing is something I can save time on, but I just need to figure that shit out.
What are the plans you have for 2026?
Oof. So 2026 literally has like only two actionables from my part. And I'm saying only as if it's easy. It's the most tough thing that I'm going to do. One is definitely launching the course in the first quarter of 2026. And the second thing is I want to take a 1 week vacation in 2026. That's the goal. Like I want to be able to outsource all the possible work for my clients. and just go off grid for 1 week. There's this thing called Vipassana. I'm not really sure if you know that or not, but yeah, the meditation camp for those who don't know. I want to go for that, and I just want to stay off grid for a week. And hopefully, when I return, I still have clients. That's that's literally it. I really hope so. I don't want to come back and be like, you know what, I lost all my clients. I am good to go for another 2 weeks. Like I don't want to do something like that. But yeah, jokes apart, that's my goal. Like I know it might sound like, so dramatic, but that 1 week vacation is really going to change everything for me. And I really hope that I'm able to do it in 2026. There's nothing more. I do not care about the revenue. I don't have any other goal when it comes to money, anything. It's just that I want this freedom that I promised myself that I would get when I become an entrepreneur. So far, it hasn't worked out really well, but I hope that it does in 2026.
Awesome. So let's say someone wants to work with you after seeing the podcast. So how they can contact you?
Literally just DM me on LinkedIn, send me a connection request. If you DM me any random word, I'll just be like, okay, you came from Anirban's podcast. And I'll be like, okay, cool, let's go. But yeah, I mean, like, quite literally just DM me on LinkedIn. I am not the most active soul in the DMs, but I will definitely get to you for sure eventually. But yeah, so that is not a good way to advertise myself, right? Like, I was just like, yeah, I'll get to you, sure, eventually. And yeah, I mean, I agree. That's something that I still have to work on my DMs. But yes, I'm getting better.
So there are a lot of people who are watching this podcast, the creatopreneurs who want to build everything with their
Mhm.
content. So what are the advice you have for them?
Oof, what advice do I have for them? See, I think the one thing that I have seen a lot of people do is crash out and burn,
Mhm.
because they are too ambitious. That's something that it's relatively controversial thing, I would say, because people are like, you need to be ambitious, aim for more, and even if you don't get there, you'll at least get here. But this is the fundamental problem with it, that every single time you're not achieving a certain goal, you are losing in your own eyes. And I feel that creates a huge psychological impact for you, because you're like, oh, I aimed for this and I could not do it. And I feel that's what people need to understand, that that's the reason why I post twice a week, because I know I can stay consistent only twice a week when it comes to posting. That's the reason why I'm posting only one newsletter every single week, because I know I can get to that. I can aim for four, I can aim for five, but I know that I'm not capable of getting there. It's not that I lack ambition, it's just that I lack time, and it's not the priority right now. And even if I did, like have that stage where I have more time, it's like, okay, you know what? I would start small, get there. Once I'm comfortable with that, that's when you scale up. And I feel that's what a lot of people get wrong. They start posting 7 days a week. They join and they're like, completely fired up. I'll be able to get. But that's the thing. You hit a plateau. At a point in time, you're going to hit a plateau when it comes to your content ideas. You're going to hit a plateau when it comes to logging in. You're going to hit a plateau when it comes to showing up every single day, the burnout that we spoke about earlier. And it doesn't even need to be a major one, just a small one, and you're completely derailed. Getting back to LinkedIn once you leave it is the toughest thing you can do. So just start small. Start small. Stay consistent with where you are. Spend more of your time creating, like I said, building relations. I post twice a week. I have all the other days of the week to sit and respond to people, to sit and send new messages, to sit and comment on other people's posts, to build relations, to get on calls with people. That's what you need to prioritize. Get to stay consistent, but not too ambitious. Just, don't overexert yourself, I would say, and just make sure that, you are staying consistent with where you are, so that you have time to figure things out. You will understand the platform better. And then once you are comfortable with it, just go ahead and scale it up to 5 days a week, for 7 days a week, for all we care. But start small, start small, start slow, stay consistent, build up from there. That's what I would say.
Awesome, awesome advice, awesome. So, thank you for watching this podcast, everyone, and I hope whatever Adi has said so far, it's actually very valuable, and it will, of course, help you to win in 2026. And the most important thing he has mentioned is that you have to be consistent without burning out, and for that, you have to make sure that you are doing enough, but not too much, not too less. You are just doing things for yourself, not for anyone, not to show off, not to become someone else in this journey. Just be you, just keep doing it. Consistency is the key. And Adi has done it. He's a prime example of it. So he can tell you more about it. But if you want to learn from it, if you want to gain more knowledge from it, LinkedIn is the place where you will be able to find him. You can DM him. If you're going from this podcast, then it will be easy for you to interact because the icebreaker is already there. So thank you, Adi, for coming today and sharing your
Thank you
wisdom.
for having me. It was a pleasure talking to you as
Yeah,
well.
really, thank you so much for coming and whatever you have shared. I hope that people will find it really interesting and valuable. And I wish you all the very best for 26. And I hope 26 will be the best year for you. More travel, more
For both
freedom,
of
more enjoyment.
us.
Yeah,
For both
yeah,
of us.
yeah.
For sure.
A lot of plans are there. Let's see how it goes. And thank you so much
Fingers
for coming
crossed.
today. Merry
Thank you for
Christmas
having me.
and Happy New Year.
Yes.
Take care.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care.